But the real challenge started here. Upon entering the Arctic archipelago, they found themselves in one of the harshest conditions on Earth. It's cold, windy, and there aren't any adequate emergency services. But after several months of slow progress, they reached Alaska. This was a historic achievement, but it also started a dispute between Canada and the United States. This event brought the legal status of this water to the attention. Canada considers them to be internal waters, which means that they can regulate everything: shipping, fishing, the environment, and much more. But the United States, amongst many other countries, dispute this and say that they are in fact international water, similar to the Taiwan Strait and the Turkish Straits. This trade route is now becoming increasingly relevant as the ice in the Arctic is melting. The summer of 2007 was the first ice-free summer in recorded history.
Canada's new government has put the North higher on the domestic policy agenda than it has been for half a century.
Canada's Prime Minister responded by announcing massive investments in infrastructure and shipping to secure their claim to the high Arctic. But the United States is determined to protect the freedom of navigation in the world's oceans.
We're entering a new age of strategic engagement in the Arctic, complete with new threats to the Arctic and its real estate and to all of our interests in that region.
We are potentially witnessing a revolution in global trade. This is Canada's key to global power with hindsight. You can't really understate the significance of the crossing of the SS Manhattan. People had tried to commercially navigate this passage for hundreds of years. It goes back all the way to the 1400s. Spices from East Asia were a valuable commodity in Europe. They were transported over land through dozens of middlemen that each got their cut. This made these spices ridiculously expensive. The alternative was to ship them over water. The route through South America and Africa were long and treacherous, with many ships wrecking midway. It was clear that whoever finds a shorter northern route would become unimaginably rich. Many countries tried and failed. The best and the most respected captains in the world were put to the task, but no one managed to find a safe route. Until 1903, when Roald Amundsen made his attempt. He boarded this tiny little ship with 5 others, and in September that year, they left the harbor of Oslo. They sailed to Greenland, and their tactic was to hug the coastline as much as they could. They spent years in the high Arctic, often stuck in ice. It turned out to be an incredible advantage that they had such a small ship and crew. They learned from the local Inuit population about Arctic survival skills, and they spent their time stuck in the ice and they searched for the North Magnetic Pole. After 3 long years, as seen in this picture, they reached Alaska. The expedition proved that the Northwest Passage existed, but it also demonstrated that it wasn't economically viable. When the Suez and the Panama Canal were constructed, the urgency to